Do you know what starts happening inside your cat's body when wet food becomes part of their life every single day? Most people think it's just tastier, maybe a little healthier, maybe something you give as a treat. But that's not the real story. Because once wet food becomes a daily habit, it can begin changing how your cat hydrates, how their organs work, how hungry they feel, how their coat looks, even how they behave around food. And one of the biggest changes happens so quietly that many owners never notice it until it's already improved their cat's life. But stay with me until the end, because there is one mistake people make with wet food that can undo a lot of the benefits without realizing it. The first thing that changes is something most cats have been missing their whole lives: water. Have you ever noticed how some cats barely drink, even when fresh water is right there? Owners often assume they're stubborn, picky, or simply bad at drinking. But cats were never built to drink the way dogs or humans do. Their ancestors survived in dry climates by getting most of their moisture from prey. Small animals are made mostly of water, and feline biology adapted around that. Their thirst drives stayed naturally low, because in nature, food was the water source. That matters today more than most people realize. Dry food usually contains around 8 to 10% moisture. Wet food often contains 75 to 80%, which is much closer to what a cat's body expects. So when wet food becomes a daily meal, many cats begin hydrating properly without ever needing to visit the bowl more often. And when hydration improves, everything downstream can improve with it. Urine becomes more diluted. The bladder gets flushed more effectively. The kidneys often face less concentrated waste. This is especially important for cats prone to urinary issues, and especially males, where blockages can become emergencies fast. What looks like just food can quietly become one of the easiest ways to support the systems cats depend on most, and that first change often unlocks the second: weight. So many indoor cats struggle with it, even in homes where owners truly care and don't think they're overfeeding. That's because the issue is not always quantity. Sometimes it's the design of the meal itself. Many dry foods are more calorie-dense and higher in starch than people realize. Cats, however, are obligate carnivores. Their biology is centered around protein and fat from animal sources, not large carbohydrate loads. Wet food tends to be higher in moisture, often richer in animal protein, and less calorie-dense by volume. That combination can be powerful. Your cat may eat a satisfying portion that physically feels like more food while taking in fewer calories overall. Protein also tends to support satiety better than carb-heavy meals, meaning some cats stop acting hungry all the time once they're finally being fed, in a way their body responds to. Owners often think their cat has no self-control. Sometimes the truth is simpler. The food never truly satisfied them. And if you've ever felt guilty because your cat always seems hungry, this next part matters. Some cats aren't greedy. They're frustrated. There's a difference. When a meal digests quickly and doesn't create strong fullness signals, the brain keeps searching for resolution. That's when you see pacing near the kitchen, early morning wake-ups, dramatic meowing, food obsession, inhaling meals in seconds, and acting like they haven't eaten in days. It can look like bad behavior. Sometimes it's biology. When wet food is fed consistently, many owners notice the emotional temperature around meals begins to change. The rush softens, the begging eases, the frantic energy fades. Cats that feel consistently fed often become calmer around food in general. Mealtime can go from chaotic to quiet, not because the cat became better behaved overnight, but because the body stops sounding an alarm every few hours. Then there's the change you can actually see. The coat tells the truth early. Long before many internal improvements are obvious, the fur often speaks first. If a cat's coat feels dull, dry, greasy, flaky, or sheds excessively, people usually blame brushing, age, weather, or breed. Sometimes they're right. But skin and coat are also nutritional tissues. They reflect what the body has available after more urgent systems get served first. Wet food often provides highly usable animal proteins and fats that help support skin barrier health and coat quality. When nutrition and hydration improve together, owners frequently report softer fur, more shine, less rough texture, and less excessive shedding over time. It's one of the first visible signs that something deeper may be going right inside. But there's another shift owners don't expect until it happens. Energy changes, not hyperactivity, better energy. Some cats on poor routines seem lazy, distant, or uninterested, then suddenly become more playful, more curious, more socially present after dietary improvements. People assume the cat's personality changed. Often the cat was just uncomfortable, underhydrated, or carrying excess weight that made movement less appealing. When the body feels better, behavior often follows. Cats may jump more, explore more, groom more, seek interaction more, or simply look brighter in the eyes. You're not creating a new cat. You may be seeing the original one again. And now we need to talk about something many people miss entirely. Wet food can help the mouth less than people assume. Some owners believe wet food automatically means better dental health because it seems more natural. Not always. Plaque and tartar are separate issues, and many cats still need dental care regardless of diet type. This matters because owners sometimes improve one area while forgetting another. A healthier feeding routine should include teeth, hydration, body condition, and behavior together, not just what's in the bowl. Now here's the part I told you not to miss. The mistake that quietly cancels benefits. Most people worry about choosing the right can, the right flavor, the right protein. But the bigger mistake often happens after the can is opened. Wet food does not behave like kibble. Once it sits out, especially in warm rooms, bacteria can multiply quickly. A bowl left for hours may look normal and smell fine to you, while already being less safe than when it was served. Cats that graze are where this problem hides most. They eat a little, leave, come back later, and owners assume it's harmless. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't. A safer rule is simple. Serve what they're likely to eat. Remove leftovers after a reasonable window. Refrigerate unused portions promptly. And use stored food within a safe time frame according to product guidance. Small handling habits can matter just as much as ingredient choices. There's one more subtle trick that helps many cats immediately. Temperature. Food straight from the refrigerator can be less appealing because cold food releases less aroma, and scent is a huge part of how cats evaluate meals. Bringing refrigerated food closer to room temperature, or gently warming it according to safe handling guidelines, can make a dramatic difference in acceptance. Many people think their cat is picky when the food is simply too cold to smell interesting. So what does wet food actually do when fed every day? It may hydrate a body built to get water through food. It may support urinary health. It may help some cats feel fuller on fewer calories. It may calm food obsession. It may improve coat quality. It may bring back energy owners thought was gone. And if handled correctly, it can become one of the simplest upgrades many indoor cats ever receive. Because to your cat, this was never just about taste. It was about finally being fed in a way their body recognizes.